Welcome back to the Wrestler Roundtable with a kayfabe table. I'm back with my crack team of experts, my panel of wrestling gurus. I like it. I was gonna say philosophers.
Oh, there you
but gurus is good too. Gurus is good too.
And potent? Important.
Probably a little potent.
So I want to get right into it today so that everybody's got a little bit of time. I want to know who your wrestling Mount Rushmore is. If you're gonna build the wrestling Mount Rushmore, who goes on? Who goes on yours?
I'm gonna be far out there. You guys probably gonna strongly disagree on my picks, but or not understand my picks, but I have a reason for them. I love Mr. Perfect.
Okay.
Bret Hart.
Okay.
Roddy Piper.
Okay.
And I'm gonna have to go with Ricky Dragon Steamboat.
Okay.
Why would we disagree?
I was gonna say yeah.
A lot of people, like if somebody were to ask me that, and they'd be like, Roddy Piper, why? And I'm just like,
why not? Roddy Piper's amazing.
Love Piper. Love all those guys.
Yeah, Piper for sure.
Yeah.
I don't know that Piper would be on mine, but I don't know that anybody would argue with Piper.
Good.
I would almost question Mr. Perfect before I question Piper.
Huh.
And all due respect to Perfect, the one thing I would say, I feel like he had less of an impact than the other three.
Oh yeah, I agree with that.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So like that's the only reason why he was great.
Yeah, I loved him back in the day, but whenever his career was coming closer to the end, I was just like, yeah, he's in WCW. Who cares?
Oh yeah, he would get disqualified for mine if I remember that, because he was the West Texas Rednecks.
I'm rethinking the situation.
All due respect, that bumps you down a couple spots.
I'm going to take him out and replace him.
Don't lie. You were singing "Rap is Crap" and you had it on like record and like on a little tape deck. And
I had my little mini recorder out.
Guy Smith,
I got it.
He had his talk boy from Home Alone.
Yeah. Home Alone.
Wearing this straw cowboy hat that he got at Walmart for like $8. He cut some holes in his jeans and like wore some flannel.
And then his mom beat him up and down the block and cut his jeans up.
I wish I would pay $8 for anything from Walmart.
I'm taking Mr. Perfect out of there, and I'm going to throw Dusty Rhodes in.
Oh,
Rhodes, there you go.
That was a better choice, of course. But
Yeah, I should have said Rhodes from the beginning.
He's like, psych, just kidding.
That's it.
The first one I'm gonna say like is gonna fall in the same category like what he was saying with like Mr. Perfect and whatnot. But the guy that really like got me interested in wrestling when I watched it as a child was Ravishing Rick Rude.
Okay. Yeah.
And I remember like my first like introduction to wrestling. I can only assume I can't remember what show it was on because I was a little kid back then. But I remember just watching Ravishing Rick Rude in those ties with his face on them, and he was cutting a promo just like trash talking the entire crowd and like just the physique, the overall appearance, the charisma the guy had.
And he had the total package.
He made me fall in love with wrestling. Yeah. I know everybody respects him as a great wrestler, but I know it's kind of a weird choice. But
and then there was WCW.
Yeah. And then there was back to WWE. He was on both at one night though, so I mean, kudos to him. Kudos to him. I mean, you talk about trying to make 2 shows in one night when you're on the indies going around, but this guy was on 2 national television. It's like watching you laugh. It's funny to me. I don't know why.
I feel like that's insulting at the same time. Could also be a compliment.
Yeah.
Okay, so it's an insult. So
like you said, I was always a huge Bret Hart fan, so he would definitely have to be on there. Obviously, and I know it's on a lot of people's lists, Ric Flair. I mean, that man put in the work, he put in the miles, he traveled the world.
Yeah.
And but he was also the guy who was, I'm going to come to your territory, and I'm going to make your guy look like $1 million.
Yeah.
Even though I'm still walking out with the belt.
Yep.
And I'm still going to be the man.
Yeah.
It is really hard to find a guy who's like gonna fly all over the world,
deliver on that level. Yeah.
And like every single way, who's your top guy? he's gonna kick my ass tonight. I'm gonna put him over, make him look like $1 million, in turn making me look like $1 million when I win. And then I'm gonna pack up, go to the hotel, and go the next day tomorrow and do the exact same thing.
Did he do all that after being in that plane wreck and
Yeah,
broke his
with the-
back?
Yeah,
and
I
everything?
mean,
We're having recovered from a broken back, for sure.
and there's one guy, and this is definitely the most stereotypical answer you'll ever get on one of these things. And despite all the controversies and all that stuff lately, it's obviously Hulk Hogan.
Hogan, yeah.
I mean, he wasn't the best wrestler. He wasn't the best, physique, the best, easiest on the eyes guy to look like. But he's just a man who used what he did have
Yeah, man.
and got,
Yep.
wrestling on the map.
Yep.
I mean, it didn't matter, I'm sure he knew how to wrestle, but, he's very limited in his movesets in a lot of his matches and whatnot, but he used everything he knew. He found a way to make himself larger than life,
Yeah.
to get it out and promote it all, transcending into TV, music, and all that other stuff. And, the old cliche thing, wrestling would not be what it is today without Hulk Hogan.
Yeah.
I mean,
I think you're right.
Flair did an amazing job, but he never transcended, at least
True.
when Flair was at his peak and doing
True.
being the madman,
Flair's, Flair's an industry guy.
Oh, yeah.
Hogan's a world guy.
Yeah, Hogan really branched that out for everybody. So, as far as maybe not being as technically sound as a lot of guys you could put on there, or as great of a wrestler as you could put on there, in the long run, he's the guy who put everything on the map. So,
Right.
I feel like you kind of had to pull the spot
Yeah.
to him.
Yep. I get it.
So, did you already give 4?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yep.
She's not even paying attention to these videos.
I was actually starting to question. I was like, I thought he was only on 3.
Yeah.
Realistically, I thought he was only on
No,
3.
he did because he had Rude,
Rude.
Bret Hart.
Oh yeah, Flair and then Hogan.
Okay.
He kind of skimmed over Bret Hart because it was just like wow.
Yeah.
Oh
He
yeah,
always
that's
got
why.
this
That's
shit.
why.
Yeah.
That's why.
I mean, Bret Hart.
He
Right.
went
Self-explanatory.
He went
Yeah.
explanations that okay, that's why. My brain
It's
shut down.
the second you hit Bret Hart, that was a pretty explanatory answer.
Yeah.
I mean, that guy was pretty much a little bit of everything. In
Oh,
there.
for sure.
He had the great physique, had the great look as a wrestler.
Yep.
He pulled off Pink and Black. I mean, as a babyface, no less.
Yeah.
And then, great promo skills, great, great everything. I mean,
Yep.
that's kind of a self-explanatory
Alright,
one.
so then he explains it.
Now
After my brain shut down, I'm like, he
Yeah.
only did 3. I see the equations in my head, like I didn't.
Zeros and ones. Zeros and ones. Reboot.
Steve Austin would be the first one
Oh, good one.
because, for obvious reasons, just like Bret Hart, he was one of the first wrestlers that I actually started to enjoy watching all the time. I could just hear his promos or see his matches and just be like, he's awesome. I like this guy. What? The second one would be CM Punk, only because I respect how strict he is in his ways and how he thinks about wrestling, how he thinks about his own personal life. He's very strict in his ways, and I feel like that's something you don't see very often. He never became corporate.
Right.
He was who he was, and that was
from
that was how he was gonna be.
day one to the day he quit.
Exactly.
Yeah. The day he walked out.
I
Exactly.
remember seeing the title belt in his refrigerator.
Yeah.
I was just
Exactly.
like, wow.
Yeah.
He was who he was, and that was how he's gonna be, and he
Yep.
didn't care. Who saw what corporate said, he didn't care.
Yep.
And that's something I admired and respected.
Absolutely.
The third one would be Trish Stratus,
Okay.
first female here, assholes, mind you. She was
Wouldn't
my
want to take the
favorite.
good ones from you.
Okay, that's fair.
Yeah, we don't want
Good.
everyone thinking
You
copy
guys,
us.
yeah,
I mean,
you guys,
Okay,
are,
that's
you guys
fair.
are very polite.
That's fair. Thanks, guys.
Yeah.
She's almost like an obvious reason, but she was the first female that I watched in a match, and I loved her attitude because heel or face, she always had the I'm the shit attitude. She always had that attitude regardless if she was heel or face. Heel, she definitely talked about it more, but as face, you could tell by how she held herself and how she presented herself that she knew she was the woman in wrestling at that point. So she would be the third one, and then the last one would be The Rock, only because he's The Rock. And he has to be on there somewhere.
Yeah, The Rock. Well, The Rock's he's global now. You know, he's not
Yeah.
even The Rock anymore. He's trans.
Like his
Yeah.
own brand
Yeah.
at this point.
Well,
Yeah.
whenever he got rid of the tattoo,
I know. Oh, it's
that
crushing.
broke my
man.
heart.
It's
Yeah.
That
crushing.
broke my heart.
Yeah.
I was
I mean, it's still
no!
like it's still a bull, you know, and
But
and
it's not
still
the bull.
it's definitely not the bull.
Yeah.
Like yeah, it hurt a little bit when I was scrolling through Instagram and it came up and it was like, check out my new tattoo. I was like, this is
Everything. Wrestling's ruined.
Thanks,
Just
Dwayne.
drop your phone, I'm out.
My T-shirt from like 10 years ago.
yeah, it's worthless now.
not-
Or is it worth more now?
not
It's worth
completely
more.
outdated.
Yeah.
All these action figures. No kidding.
Call WWE. Can I send this back and get the updated version with the proper tattoo?
I'll give him time. It'll be out. If it's not already.
I'm just waiting. I get the upload in the video game. They gotta do like all the downloads now. That way you update the Rock's tattoos.
They better not.
They're
they better not. He
They
better
better
just come
talk
out
to
with the bowl, like
The tattoo
regardless.
artist first.
Like I hope even
check with
Vince.
the tattoo guy first.
I hope even Vince is just like that's.
I
I hate that. I hate that idea.
Vince is there and goes, do you know how much money I
That's
wasted
not-
on
that's-
Titantrons for this?
That's not my rock.
And then they don't put his new tattoo over it, and then you just hear.
I
him
made
laughing
this
in the
great
background.
Titantron with a Brahma bull that I can't even
Where's
use if
Danny?
you come back.
He needs to do his Vince McMahon laugh.
We need a Danny Vince McMahon laugh here. All right, guys. Well, that's great.
Alright, yeah.
All right.
It's yours.
Let's see. Mine's tough. I always have so many qualifiers. I think, and I'm stalling, obviously, but I think after
didn't
this
think
one,
about it.
I'm gonna have to do where like there's a qualifier, you know, where it's like Mount Rushmore of ring work, Mount Rushmore of character.
Oh, break
You know
it
what I
down.
mean?
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
So, I gotta put on my Mount Rushmore goes Razor Ramon. I think Razor Ramon. Razor Ramon / Scott Hall. It can just be that guy because I mean he created Razor Ramon at WWE and was a standout there, you know, and then he went and he was part of the NWO. Like he had a good run at WCE both places, and he just really like resonated with me. He was one of like the earliest times I remember noticing that like a big star was not white. You know, and like I mean that sounds silly but it was like I was like, hey, that's, you know, I'm not Puerto Rican, but he's dark skinned like me, you know. Number 2, Stone Cold has got to go up there. I mean he just like he elevated. I feel like he elevated the business, you know, like Ric Flair became the best in the business. Hulk Hogan, The Rock, they exploded out, you know, beyond the business. Stone Cold like put the business on his back and was like, all right, bitches, Attitude Era, here we go. You know what I mean? And like he carried the business for a little while. 3, my third one, I guess I gotta put Taker. I was never a huge Taker fan, but like as a wrestler now to look back and see like everything he's done and the way he's reinvented himself and the way that he has adapted, changed his character, changed his ring style, changed it, you know, whatever he needed to do to stay on top, he did that. And to hear stories of what a locker room leader he was and all the respect he just has in the business, I can't leave him off there. And then I gotta finish with The Rock, because The Rock was my guy. The Rock, I can't really say that The Rock is the reason I got into wrestling. When I first, like when I was in high school, was right when the Attitude Era was kicking off, and everybody was like, you know, everybody tuned in, NWO, whatever, you know what I mean, NWO and Stone Cold Steve Austin, everything was just breaking off. And I started watching with Scotty Cash. I'd go over every Monday night and we'd flip back and forth. And immediately, you know, like the first night I was there, like The Rock was on and he was feuding with Ken Shamrock. And I remember it was the one, the Nation of Domination was attacking Ken Shamrock, and like Farouk had Ken Shamrock locked up, and The Rock had a chair, and he comes running out, and he's like, move, I'm gonna hit him with a chair, and Farouk's like, no, I got this, and The Rock goes, and hits Farouk, and it hits Ken Shamrock, and I was like, that's my guy. That's it. And I was done, you know, like that was it from then on. And so like then we just rode the rocket and WrestleMania 15 and on through 2000, just, you know, from then on. So he was really like the guy that I was just like, oh my gosh, that's it. He's the one for me.
Now, did you go around quoting The Rock a lot?
You know, I did not. I was never that guy.
Raise an eyebrow at least.
I tried.
I've seen you try.
I don't do it well.
I've seen you try.
I don't do it
backstage.
well, so I try. Alright guys, great talk. Thanks for taking the time to do this with me. Thank you guys for watching. We will be back with more wrestling roundtables, and I will be back with a vlog tomorrow. Until then, don't forget to make a mess, keep your room clean, and always, always tell the truth.